This week is packed with fresh entertainment, bringing us 3 brand new TV shows and 7 exciting movies that are definitely worth your time. From gripping thrillers and heart-pounding action to laugh-out-loud comedies and family-friendly adventures, there's something for everyone. Whether you're in the mood to binge a series or dive into a new cinematic experience, these releases promise high-quality storytelling, star-studded casts, and unforgettable moments. Get ready to update your watch list because this week's lineup is loaded with content that will keep you entertained from start to finish. Number 10. Murdaugh, Death in the Family. Murdaugh, Death in the Family is an upcoming true crime drama miniseries that examines the fall of one of South Carolina's most powerful legal dynasties. The plot centers on Maggie and Alex Murdaugh living a life of privilege and influence, until their son Paul becomes involved in a fatal boating crash that triggers a cascade of hidden secrets. As the investigation deepens, the show peels back the layers of corruption, betrayal, and multiple mysterious deaths tied to the Murdaugh name. The drama highlights how a family's public image unravels under pressure, exposing financial misdeeds, shifting loyalties, and the devastating impact on those closest to them. The narrative is adapted from the Murdaugh Murders podcast and the reporting of journalist Mandy Matney, who is also a character in the series. The series will premiere October 15th, 2025, and people can watch it on Hulu. Number 9. The Diplomat Season 3. In The Diplomat. Season 3, the story begins with a shocking constitutional crisis after the sudden death of the president, which thrusts Vice President Grace Penn into the Oval Office under suspicious circumstances. Kate Weiler, the U.S. ambassador to the UK, finds herself entangled in political chaos as questions arise about her husband, Hal's mysterious phone call with the president shortly before his death. Grace struggles to assert her authority as the new president while facing scrutiny over her ability to lead, and Kate is forced to weigh her ambitions against her loyalty and morality in the midst of growing mistrust. The season intensifies the high-stakes intrigue of Washington power struggles, weaving in international fallout, shifting alliances, and deeply personal conflicts. With new faces joining the cast, including Bradley Whitford, the season expands its focus on betrayal, ambition, and the cost of leadership. Fans can watch The Diplomat Season 3 exclusively on Netflix. Number 8. Turn of the Tide's Portuguese title, Rabo de Peixe, is a Portuguese drama thriller about 4 friends living in a remote Azorian fishing village, whose lives are turned upside down when a boat carrying a huge load of cocaine washes ashore. They see a dangerous opportunity in the drugs, and their decision to profit from them draws the attention of drug lords, law enforcement, and other mysterious forces. In Season 2, which picks up about 3 months after the events of Season 1, Eduardo returns to Rabo de Peixe to find the balance of power shifted. The drugs he once hid are now in the hands of an unexpected enemy, setting off a chain of events that push friendships, loyalties, and survival to the breaking point. The series is gritty, emotionally intense, and centered on how far people will go under pressure and betrayal. Season 2 is slated to debut on Netflix on October 17th, 2025 globally. You can catch the show, including prior seasons, streaming exclusively on Netflix. Number 7. The Astronaut, 2025, is a sci-fi horror thriller that follows astronaut Sam Walker, who returns to Earth after her first space mission, only to find herself quarantined under tight NASA oversight in an isolated high-security residence. She is rescued from a damaged capsule in the Atlantic Ocean, but soon begins to suspect that an extraterrestrial presence may have followed her back. As strange phenomena escalate around her, unsettling noises, inexplicable occurrences, and growing paranoia, Sam must navigate the blur between what's real and what might be psychological. Meanwhile, her adoptive father, General William Harris, exerts control over her situation, pushing the tension between authority, family, and autonomy. The film explores themes of trauma, alien invasion, isolation, and trust, with Kate Mara in the lead and Lawrence Fishburne among the supporting cast. Number 6. The Twits, 2025, is an upcoming animated musical comedy based on Roald Dahl's 1980 children's classic. Mr. and Mrs. Twit are portrayed as the most monstrously cruel, smelly, and nasty couple imaginable, running a grotesque amusement park called Twitlandia and delighting in playing horrible tricks on the townspeople. As the Twits gain power in their town, 2 orphaned children, Bisha and Bubsy, and a family of magical mugglewumps band together to resist their tyranny, using cleverness and unexpected tricks of their own. The story is both whimsical and dark, full of Dahl's trademark blend of grotesque humor, poetic justice, and a battle between cruelty and empathy. The film features original songs by David Byrne, with a closing credits song co-written by Hayley Williams, heightening its musical nature. It is directed and co-written by Phil Johnston, with a voice cast that includes Margot Martindale, Johnny Vegas, Natalie Portman, Emilia Clarke, and others. Number 5. Freakier Friday, 2025, is a fantasy comedy sequel to the 2003 Freaky Friday. Directed by Nisha Ganatra and written by Jordan Weiss. In this new installment, 22 years after the original body swap, Anna Lindsay Lohan is now a mother to a teenage daughter, Harper, Julia Butters, and preparing to take on a stepdaughter, Lily, Sophia Hammonds, as her family blends. When a chaotic, magical twist causes Anna, Tess, Jamie Lee Curtis, Harper, and Lily to swap bodies in a four-way pileup, chaos ensues as they struggle to live each other's lives, learn empathy, and restore order before Anna's upcoming wedding. The film leans into generational conflict, family dynamics, identity, and has plenty of humor, emotional beats, and callbacks to the original. The cast also brings back familiar faces like Chad Michael Murray and Mark Harmon in supporting roles. Number 4. The Strangers. Chapter 2 picks up after Maya, played by Madeline Petch, barely survived a brutal home invasion by 3 masked attackers. She wakes up in a hospital still recovering, but with the killers not far behind, forcing her into another nightmarish fight for survival through deserted halls, morgues, and small-town roads. The trio known as Scarecrow, Dollface, and Pinup Girl drive the tension with relentless stalking and psychological terror, while Maya must rely on wits, stealth, and sheer will to stay alive. As the movie unfolds, the boundaries between predator and prey blur, and trust becomes dangerous. The film leans heavily on suspense, chase sequences, and atmospherics rather than large expository blocks of dialogue. It ends on a cliffhanger, setting up the final chapter of the trilogy. Number 3. Maintenance Required, 2025, is a romantic comedy about Charlie, who runs an all-female mechanic shop and is fiercely proud of her independence. When a sleek corporate auto repair chain sets up next door, Charlie feels threatened and begins confiding in an anonymous contact online about her fears and frustrations. The twist, her digital confidant, Beau, is secretly the very man behind the rival shop. Sparks fly both online and in real life, with their rivalry complicated by their growing emotional connection. As truths come to light, Charlie and Beau must navigate deception, trust, and whether love can be built on hidden identities. The film leans heavily on classic rom-com structure with humor, tension, and romantic reveal moments. Required number 2. The Lost Bus, 2025, is a gripping survival drama directed by Paul Greengrass, based on the true events of the 2018 campfire in Paradise, California. The film follows Kevin McKay, Matthew McConaughey, a school bus driver, and Mary Ludwig, America Ferrera, a dedicated teacher, as they navigate a bus filled with 22 children through a raging wildfire. Amidst the chaos, the group faces blocked roads, dense smoke, and collapsing infrastructure, relying on their resourcefulness and bravery to keep the children safe. The narrative emphasizes themes of heroism, community, and the devastating impact of climate disasters. The film's intense action sequences are complemented by heartfelt performances, particularly highlighting the emotional toll on the characters. Number 1. Play Dirty, 2025, is a high-stakes heist thriller directed by Shane Black, based on the Parker novels by Donald E. Westlake under the pseudonym Richard Stark. Mark Wahlberg stars as Parker, a seasoned thief who assembles a crew, including Grofield, Lakeith Stanfield, and Zen, Rosa Salazar, to execute a daring robbery targeting a treasure recovered from the ocean. The plan goes awry when they're betrayed by their getaway driver, leading to a series of confrontations with the New York mob and a corrupt foreign dictator. As the crew navigates a web of deceit and shifting allegiances, Parker's quest for vengeance intertwines with a larger scheme involving stolen national treasures and political intrigue. The film combines sharp dialogue, intricate plotting, and action-packed sequences, characteristic of Black's filmmaking style.